Here we are, we're Trackside, Amp in Adrian, Missouri. They're prepping her up to the tee. I want to take off my race front tire and put on a practice front tire. I like to save my good tires just for race day. So I've already got my rim lock loose. The nut's already at the flush end of it. I've already pulled the core out of the tire, out of the valve stem. So we're going to pop it down off the bead all the way around, right? Make sure that's good and loose. Give that a little bit of work. The rim lock, flip it over. And then usually that second side will just fall right off, right? Okay, then the way I like to do it is rim lock, 9 o'clock. That's easy to remember because it rhymes. First spoon goes at 11, second spoon at midnight, third spoon at 1 o'clock. I turn it a little bit. I put this hand at 6 o'clock. We go over, and then it doesn't matter which one's next. Get all three of them. Notice how I keep my palm open. That way, in case it breaks loose real quick, I don't break a knuckle and I'm not bleeding. I really should have gloves on. But for time's sake, and making a quick video, we're going to do it without gloves on. Fronts are pretty easy. Everybody can do a front. If you're ever going to learn how to do a tire, a front 21-inch would be the first tire I'd say to try. The last would be a 50cc 10-inch. Those little things can be a booger. But once you get your technique down, it's just like any other tire. So now, second side's a whole lot easier. So I just used 2, and I'm still at 11 and 1, and the rim lock is at 9 o'clock. So there, once you get 11 and 1, it stays. You can take that one out, and you can just go to town the rest of the way. It's not that hard. A little bit of practice. That's all it is. Just like riding the dirt bike itself. A little bit of practice. So now what I've done is I've pulled the tube over the rim on both sides. I can stick my hand through there, through the tire. So now I'm going to take that gap, get it closest to me, and I'm just going to push, and it's going to come right off. Okay? It's as easy as that. Now, since I do this a lot, I keep a tube in my other tire, so I'm ready to go. He's out there prepping the track. We got to start in a couple minutes. I don't want to waste any time. So now I got my brake rotor down, so I know the bike would effectively be headed that way. This is a directional tire, so the side I want to lube needs to be the opposite side that's going to get put on. I hope that makes sense. Right now the arrow points that way, even though I know the bike's going that way, but we're going to flip it over here in a second, and that's going to make sense. So get the applicator pad out, load it up with about a marble's worth. Doesn't take a lot. But, you know, if you're just beginning, use a lot, right? Like there's a lot in this tub. There's plenty. So lube up 3 sides. You kind of want the under, the flat, and the top, right? That way it's easy to slide the spoons in there. It's easy to slide the tire over the rim. It just makes everything easier. The more lube, the better, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the valve stem through the rim and put my nut on it. Okay. Take care of the hard parts first, right? Make your life easy. So do the hard parts first. Got that in there, and I'm just going to work it a little bit like this. Okay. Oh, it's summertime. It went all the way on. Check that out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to worry about the rim lock next, right? Take the hard part next, so the rest of it's easy. So I'm going to put a spoon on each side of that rim lock, pull it up, push the rim lock up, and tuck it up in there. Okay. Just like that. I know that's good. We're going to make sure that's good. Give it a little bit of work. Give that a little bit of work. Flip it back over. Okay. And then we're back to the paste. We want to make sure the tube's in good shape all the way around. Push it all the way. Kind of work it down. Check it out. Give it a good look. I'm going kind of fast for the sake of a video, but always take your time. You know, that's the number one thing that's going to pop an inner tube, is just going faster than you really need to. Kind of like riding the dirt bike. Ride as fast as you can ride, but don't ride above your skill set. You know, stay right where you're at. Own what you know. You know, if you're not doing the big triple, then that's fine. Double, single, and own it. Do it the best you can, but don't triple until you're ready. This is way easier than jumping a triple, for sure. Okay, so now, got it lubed up. Rim lock is at 9 o'clock again. Rim lock, always 9 o'clock. I'm glad that rhymes, because that makes that easy to remember. I got a bead down, hold down tool right here. First bite I'm going to take is at about 10 o'clock. I'm going to hold my rim lock in. I'm holding the rim lock in with my thumb, and I work the tire over to tuck it in there, right? And then it's just off to the races. We just go a couple, 2 or 3 spokes. I hold it with my hand. 2 or 3 spokes, maybe 4. We get over here to the valve stem, we're going to kind of do a similar thing. We're going to hold it in and make sure it tucks in behind it. Right? Okay, now this is the critical. I dropped that one being too gentle. This is that critical last one where you don't want to scratch your rim. So we're going to pick up, or you can pick up. There's two different ways to do it. Take that pressure off there. And now that last little, that much, it wants to go because it's that close to being there. So just boom, like that. So there we are. We'll put some air in it and it'll be ready to ride. It's as simple as that. Have a great day. It's time to ride.